Lake Argyle is one of those places that takes your breath away literally once you get out there. It's awe-inspiring in a sense. As a human you feel as if you're just this grain of sand in this massive wild landscape. Yeah, I don't think there's many places like it in the world. I've travelled a bit, there's not many places like it. It's very unique. First cruise, it was a launch. So we had the first cruise, the first load of passengers, just very full of the very first day of the big tour. The boat was especially built for the tour. My dad worked on the Kununurra diversion dam on the Lower Orwell River in the 60s. I think what intrigued Dad the most was just the diversity of the landscape, and you know, once he met my mum, he thought there'd be no better place to raise a family than up here in East Kimberley. The rest is history. Growing up at Lake Argyle was amazing. You'd go out to some of the bays in the lake where there's heaps of bird life and stuff, and you could walk through these massive flocks of magpie geese or brolgers, and it had a huge impact on our respect for the landscape and I guess understanding of wildlife and where it all fits in. It was always Dad's ambition, and Dad had this vision of what Lake Argyle could be, a true tourism icon. Dad could see the potential. When myself and my brother left school, it just wasn't the right time. No, I was young and I wanted to travel the world and explore what else was out there, and as it turns out, 20 years later I came back and we sort of began to realise Dad's dream of what he could do. It's interesting now raising our own family at Lake Argyle. They now feel very attached as well, and for them it's home, and I think it's a great environment for kids. I really like to get the boys out there, looking around, and probably to try and do a bit of what we did as kids. Get on the country and have a good look around. I think from a life perspective it's a really important ability to have that will to explore and wander. Running a business in the Kimberley can be challenging in a lot of ways. Now, you go to a lot of trouble to make it such a great experience for visitors. The reaction from people coming here makes it all worthwhile. Well over 95% of people that go out on Lake Argyle are just blown away. They have this really profound experience of a one-off. And Instagram doesn't know where to look, and they don't know what to post. Every single day on Lake Argyle is different. There's never 2 days the same. The cloud formations, the sunsets, the water conditions, you can't put that in the image. Up here, you've just got to be in the landscape to be part of it. So it does encourage a true disconnect.
The resulting island is named Pagan Island, 9 kilometres from top to bottom. That gives you a feeling of how big the lake is.
We often refer to Lake Argyle as being the jewel in the crown of the Kimberley, so it's a huge body of water in what's generally a fairly arid landscape. And you've got this massive, pristine, clear freshwater lake, dotted by islands up to 10 kilometres long. Lake Argyle in all schemes created one of the most diverse ecosystems I've ever seen anywhere in the world. Some people compare it to places like the Amazon, where there's so many species that coexist. It's from the wetlands in the far south and the east, down to the rugged northern end where we are now, where it's steep cliff tops and rock wallabies and pythons and wallaroos that inhabit these rock faces. Lake Argyle's got pretty well all of Australia's environs in one. Looking back now, I can really see Dad's vision of Lake Argyle. I think Mum and Dad, looking back now, would be extremely proud of what we've achieved here, and I think it's Dad's vision's been exceeded as well, and now I know why he was so passionate. He wanted to do that, and he tried to talk us into doing it. Our biggest challenge at Lake Argyle now is how do we do it in a sustainable fashion? Now, I have no doubt in my mind that in 20 or 30 years, Lake Argyle is going to be up there with Ayers Rock and Great Barrier Reef. It's just such a unique, stunning attraction. What is the true potential here, and where do we go next? It's one of those places when you come to the Kimberley as a visitor, it does help you find yourself. You suddenly realise what's important in life and what's not. And when you leave the Kimberley, you always take a bit of the Kimberley with you. And that little piece keeps on calling for home, and it draws you back to the Kimberley as it's something that spiritually gets hold of you, and there's so much more that you can do and see and experience. We all have our stresses, and we still have, it's still a challenge. You go to work every day and do what you do, but at the end of the day, when you walk outside and sit in the back patio in the afternoon, you go, wow, and taking a thunderstorm or just a stunning landscape, nothing else matters. You're at one with the landscape. You go, wow, that wasn't a bad day after all.